What's up, Buffalo Fanatics? Josh Allen here. Just wanted to say, go Bills.
What's going on, everybody? Yo, it's your man Rev here, joined by my man Zach Vaughn and Kevin Syracuse in the background. We are part of the BF Riders Club. Glad to be here with you guys on another edition, man. Guys, how you guys feeling this morning? Zach, how you feeling, baby?
Feeling pretty good. We already have all the preseason games in the book. Now we just got to see how the final 53 shakes out.
Man, and that is exactly what we're going to jump into today. Kevin, how you feeling, man?
Well, for not getting too much sleep, pretty good.
Yeah, I got like next to no sleep at all, man. It's just been one of those things, man. But hey, it is what it is, baby. It is what it is, and we are excited. But is anybody, man? Look, let me tell you what. I'm glad that we are finally about to get into the regular season. Like this is the prime time now. No more preseason. We're done with that nonsense, right? Everything is done, and now we are in the regular season, man. I can't wait. I'm excited about it, man. We've got a jam-packed show for you guys today. As you know, we are going to talk about our roster predictions that are going to be gold. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some surprise cuts. There's going to be some surprise cuts and some surprise makes. Some guys who are going to make the squad that are going to make you say, what? No way. How in the world did this guy make the squad? But it is what it is, man. This is the great part about it. And so I'd like to welcome everybody who's joining us right now on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. My bad. I don't think you guys made the stream. That is on me. There's an inside joke going on right now this morning, but I'm not going to disclose that. It's going to be kept private. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Somebody's talking about turn the background music. You ain't feeling the background music? Come on now. This is how we get pumped and get amped up for the show. I hope everybody who's watching this live right now is ready to drop their own predictions, their own their own roster predictions. But we are going to jump right into that talk this morning. Zach, Kev, I need you guys to tell me, man. First of all, what did you guys think about last night's preseason game? Because I'll be honest, man. Like I was out. My daughter, she's in marching band. She's a freshman in high school, and so she's in marching band. And this was her first game, and so we were out there, and I'm up here trying to watch the game on my phone. Terrible internet connection. It was awful. It was fuzzy. It was grainy. But the little bits that I was able to see at times, man, it just was not appealing to me. So I want to know somebody's opinion who actually watched the game. Zach, what about you, man?
Well, my opinion is kind of skewed too because I was at work when the game actually happened. But I did watch the condensed version on NFL Plus when I got home. And again, quite frankly, like you said, it was just, Yeah. It was like a bunch of backups that were going, I don't know, it just seemed kind of, to be honest. I mean, obviously, Case Keenum did not look as good against the Panthers as he did against the Broncos because he was playing with second stringers instead of the first stringers.
Right.
But we shouldn't be going back to the whole cut Case Keenum, he's a bum thing that was going on after week 1 of the preseason.
Yeah.
Like
it was, yeah. I mean, Kev, what about you, man? How did you feel about the game? Did you get a chance to watch it?
I didn't really watch too much because I was working. So I listened to the first half, and then I actually went up to Buffalo last night. So I listened on the radio. I saw a few highlights here and there. I watched in between jobs and when I was in and out of the shower trying to scarf down dinner. I heard that Matt Barkley punted, though, 53 yards. So I did hear that.
Yeah, when I heard that, I think in our chat somebody had brought it up, and I was like, "What? What do you mean Matt Barkley punted?" And I saw the clip, and I was like, "Oh, dang! All right, Matt. I mean, for a backup quarterback, it wasn't too bad. It was all right. You know, he got a lucky bounce, but nevertheless, I mean, it worked. You know what I'm saying? It worked. But yeah, people are in here talking about he didn't miss anything, Rev. You missed nothing. That's kind of what I felt like, you know. But even I'm not gonna lie though, when I was watching it, for some reason, maybe it's because of this new Bills energy, you know, about the fact that we are like Super Bowl contenders, and I expect us to beat everybody. I don't care who's playing. I had this expectation that even though the backups were playing, that we would look a lot better than we did. You know, we just like, to me, it just looked like we were really outclassed. I get it. It was a first team Carolina Panthers offense, but still, man, I guess I expected it to be more competitive, I guess, as the word I'm looking for. I just was not thrilled at all. But I did manage to catch some kind of highlights, and I saw some clips where there were some guys who actually they kind of popped a little bit, man. They looked decent, not too bad at all. Did anybody through your highlights or whatever? Did anybody like stand out? Did you catch anybody who stood out in last night's game?
I mean, the one person I could think of is Duke Johnson. He had some pretty good runs. Raheem Blackshear continued to impress. I don't know why. It just seems like for some reason people are having a hard time tackling Raheem Blackshear.
Yeah. The guy seems like a load, man. But he just runs hard. He runs hard. That's another guy I'm anxious to talk about today. As we kind of narrow down our roster predictions. I did, when I caught a clip of I guess some highlights, but there was something that kind of popped, and I want to show it here. It was like one of the first plays that they showed on the highlights. Let me see if I can play it because I want you guys to give me your opinion on it. Because it's a gentleman that I've been kind of like on this whole preseason. Because there's another guy that's competing with him that I thought has been outperforming him, but this play right here just kind of gave me hope and kind of revitalized my hope in him. Let's take a look.
Quick throw, and it wasn't open. He was looking for Rashad. And on.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
My man, Kaiir Elam. I got to play that one more time. I got to play that one more time because I think at this particular point we can actually see his burst, man, and especially because we know he's been known to play man coverage, but this right here shows to me, in zone, that he's kind of developing, man. And Kevin, I want to get your thoughts on that. Take a look at this one more time.
Quick throw, and it wasn't open. He was looking for Rashad. And on.
That was nice, man. Kevin, initial thoughts, man, on Kaiir Elam and his development so far.
Well, a play like that is definitely good to see because as we were getting closer and closer to the opening game, Kaiir Elam really might be on the starting lineup come Thursday night because with Trey White, we still don't know. And Brandon said that they're trying to max it out, as in they're going to stretch it as far as they can until Tuesday afternoon until making a decision on Trey. And if you put him on the PUP list, Kaiir Elam really might be CB2 because Dane Jackson is CB1, assuming Trey is out. Right. And then it's between Elam and Christian Benford and maybe someone like Cam Lewis or Nick McLeod, although I don't think they would go that far.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Guys are on the fringe of even making the roster. So a play like that is definitely good to see because when he's going to be covering guys like Allen Robinson potentially, less than 2 weeks, we're going to need a lot of big plays like that from Kaiir Elam or whoever is in the game.
Yeah, no doubt. Zach, what about you, man?
I agree with everything Kevin has said. Like, so far, we've seen why the Bills drafted him in the first round. He has that potential. He's making some good plays, shutting down some talented receivers. I think back to that week 1 preseason game when he shut down Alec Pierce, who is like one of those receivers that coming out was one of the best. Right. And he's projected to have a really good year. And he stopped him on that one. The other thing is, though, obviously he still needs to work on his hand technique, trying not to be as grabby. But obviously he's a rookie. He's got a long ways to go. I'd feel confident with him in the lineup week 1.
Yeah. Same with me, man. That play right there. And somebody had mentioned it earlier. I'm trying to find it though about how difficult that play was. It's hard to make that play, in zone because he read it perfectly, but then he had the explosiveness to actually come back and make the pass break up. Man, I got to see that.
Quick throw, and it wasn't open. He was looking for Rashad. And on.
That was nice, man. Nice pass breakup, but nice read by Kaiir Elam. It lets me know that he's growing, he's developing, man. Within this scheme and the system. When I saw that clip, I was like, oh man, this is our first round draft pick. This is what we've wanted to see out of him. It's been a battle though, man, between him and Christian Benford. Those guys have been going at it We, like you had mentioned, Kev, Dane Jackson is already firmly entrenched as a cornerback one in Trey's absence. But to see guys like Benford and Kaiir Elam going at it like they've been this entire offseason is really good. I mean, the cliche, iron sharpens iron, but it's really showing itself out to be true, man. These guys are actually getting better because we know earlier in the offseason, Kaiir was kind of struggling. You know what I'm saying? And he's like you had mentioned, Zach, struggling with being drabsy and handsy, but then even with his transition into more zone play, but to see that, it's very encouraging in my opinion.
Well, that was the whole thing with him coming out of college too, is that he has the physical attributes to be able to adjust to the NFL. And
yes,
we see that he has the smarts. I mean, he brought a notebook to his pre-draft visit with
he
Bill,
did.
and he's just so willing to soak up all this knowledge. Well, then you add in the physical traits on top of it, and that's why myself and I think a lot of Bills fans are so excited to see what Kaiir Elam can bring to the table, not only this year, but for years to come.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And like you had mentioned, I mean, he's going to go against he's going to get he or Christian Benford, man, trial by fire. I mean, they've had it this all season against the likes of Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie. But when you go against the Rams and the the triple threat, triple crown winner in Cooper Kupp and then Allen Robinson, I mean, those guys are no slouches, man. So the competition level is just going to get even more and more difficult for him. But it's encouraging, right? It's encouraging to see that, okay, this guy is bringing some kind of confidence to at least to me, and as we look forward, especially in Trey's absence. Once Trey gets back, it's a wrap. We already know Trey; he's shutting down half of the field, and so they're gonna have to go. They have to figure out where they're gonna go. But to see a guy like Kaiir Elam making plays like that, is very, very encouraging. Man, you had Zach. You had mentioned Duke Johnson had kind of flashed a little bit. I did see some of those clips. He looked pretty good, man. He looked very good. What do you think about him in this running back competition going on?
I still think that he's on the outside looking in, just based on the talent we already have there. Like Singletary's making the roster. Moss is making the roster. That James, well, maybe you don't know as much that Zach Moss is making the roster, but based on his performance in the preseason and him being fully recovered from that injury that he suffered, the tail end of his rookie year, he's probably going to make the roster. And James Cook is obviously going to make the roster. You didn't draft him in the second round just to cut him.
Right.
But I'm just surprised that they didn't cut Duke Johnson earlier, to be honest, because you would have thought he would have been a candidate for one of those courtesy cuts to try to latch on with another team. But maybe the market's not as good for him as I would have thought. Mm-hmm. And maybe we could sneak him on the practice squad. I would be happy with that.
Yeah. Or maybe the competition is closer than we thought too, maybe because who do you think that he's really competing against? We already know it's not with Motor. It's not with James Cook. Even though he and Cook share the same skill set, but we know Cook is not going anywhere as a second round draft pick. So that leaves Moss or Blackshear. Who do you think is, I guess, who he's really directly competing with when you think about Blackshear and Zach Moss? Kev, I'll start with you.
Yeah, it's just tough because
I know it.
Everyone loves Raheem Blackshear, right? He's the new Christian Wade, the new Duke Williams, the preseason favorite. But the Bills are just so loaded, as we will get to in this show here, because when I was going through my 53-man projections, a little spoiler, I don't have them on there just because there's no room. I mean, if this was like a 59-man roster, 60, then you could put them on. But I don't know about you guys, but as soon as you get to 61, 60, 59, and then really in that upper 50 range, it gets really tough because this team is so talented that they could carry 60 players, and 1 through 60 would be just as talented. I mean, maybe, Josh Allen number 1 compared to number 60, there's going to be a bit of a difference. But either way, the number 60 guy in this roster could contribute in a meaningful way. And they're going to have to come up with about 7 or 8 really tough cuts.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be difficult, man. And here's a date that everybody needs to, I guess, circle in their calendar, and that's August the 30th, because that is that's a cut date right there, man. That is, I mean, we get Monday, man. Is what do they call it, man? Black Monday? Is that what they call it?
Well, that's
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, my bad.
Like
Tuesday, okay.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. Regardless, Black Tuesday, whatever, it's going down. Okay, so that's the date when they all have to, when every team has to get down to 53. I'm not sure. I can't remember how many Buffalo is carrying right now. I don't know if they're at 80 or something like that. But yeah, they got to trim a lot of fat in a short amount of time. And so maybe we're going to start getting some news here throughout the day. I don't know if they're all just going to start making these cuts at once, or it's going to be randomly throughout the weekend. But I'm assuming that we're going to find out here shortly about what's going on. But yeah, circle that date, August the 30th. I think it's at 4 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. That the clubs have to reduce their rosters, right, to 53. So August the 30th is the date that you guys should circle on your calendars. It's gonna be tough, man. Definitely gonna be tough. Yeah, by 4 p.m. So let's just jump into it, Kev. Let's just jump right into it, Kevin, Zach, and then we're gonna bring on Bryce. For a little bit, and then Dante. And you guys have never met Dante, but Dante here is another contributor. He's going to join us here shortly too, and we're going to hear about him and his opinions and his takes. But you know what, Kevin? I mean, not Kevin. Zach. My bad. I'm looking at Kevin's face, and then I'm looking off to the side of my screen, and I'm looking at Zach's premature projection. Zach, you put something out, man, back in May.
Yes,
it was a premier roster projection. How confident are you, man, in that projection?
Well, based on the couple of developments in the last week or so with the Cody Ford trade, and also
I don't think anybody saw that coming anyway back in May.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that I did put he could be a trade candidate. I said, and I'm quoting from the piece, that if Cody Ford gets traded, he goes to the Giants for a conditional bag of Lay's chips, which is a future 5th-round pick. So,
partially right.
In the spirit of honesty and integrity, I'm only counting that as half correct because I did have him as part of the roster, and because I chose the wrong team. But at the same time, I didn't think Brandon Beane actually would have done it. That's why I put him on the roster. I didn't think he would have actually given up on Cody Ford. But since he did, and since he traded him for a future 5th-round pick, because 2023 is in the future. I mean, he hasn't happened yet. It's a 5th-round pick, so I'm calling that a half correct.
It's a half.
Prediction. And the other thing I will say too about this that I think makes me very confident in this is Quentin Morris. He's done pretty damn well in the preseason and training camp. I think that was probably the one prediction when I posted back in May that probably people would have turned their heads at. But I have him making the roster as the 3rd tight end. I mean, obviously, Tuesday is a few days away. We'll ultimately see whether he does make it. But I think this is his strongest case to make it, especially considering he's been getting praise from Ken Dorsey, from Sean McDermott. And I'm just very confident in this. I usually average pretty well on it. I mean, obviously, I don't go into these expecting 100%.
Right.
I actually am very surprised when it's 90%, but it has happened. I'm trying not to be cocky here, but I think I'm pretty
Come on, Zach. Now it's all right, man. Talk your talk, baby. Come on, Zach.
Quentin Morris season.
Quentin Morris season. Yeah. Quentin Morris has been a standout, man, in camp. I mean, in just this entire offseason. It's going to be very interesting to see where he slots at, man, and who could be some of these surprise candidates. Do we want to jump into it, guys? You want to go ahead? You want to start it
real quick?
If
I could expand on the Cody Ford trade.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
So we know by now, obviously, the Bills got a 5th-round pick out of him, and that was great because Zach, going back to the offseason trades, all the way back in April, I mentioned the Bills trading Cody Ford and 2 first-round picks to try to move up to get Sauce Gardner. That was one of my first picks. So I realized, I was like, I think you're going to need more than Cody Ford. But, I mean, to get a 5th-round pick for a guy that's been one of the worst guards in the league by PFF standards and just by the naked eye, just watching him play. I mean, he hasn't had a season over 54 in his 3 years in the NFL. PFF has never given him a grade above a 53.8, I believe.
Mhm.
So to be able to get a 5th-round pick, you got to pull the trigger on that. So I'm glad that Brandon Beane was able to capitalize. And the thing that I wanted to note from that is when I was writing the article about it, I don't know if you guys saw this, if you're out there watching and you read the article, but I just want to reiterate how many players the Bills have gotten back during trades during training camp. So in 2017, Brandon Beane traded, wait for it, Kevon Seymour.
Oh,
and
yeah.
This is September 3rd, 2017. He traded Kevon Seymour to Carolina for Kalen Clay and a 7th-round pick in 2019, which turned out to be Tommy Sweeney. And then, let's see, was it 2019? I got to pull up the article just to get the exact details. But this past year, he traded, or August of 2021, he traded Daryl Johnson to the Panthers for a 6th-round pick this year, which turned out to be Christian Benford.
I like that one.
It's slipping my mind because there was one in between that.
Russell Bodine.
Yes, thank you. In 2019, traded, or 2018 was it? 2018 or 19, traded Russell Bodine to the Patriots for a 6th-round pick, which turned out to be Isaiah Hodgins. So, I mean, those are 3 players that maybe they're not going to be the most impactful, but if you can pull out of a trade, Christian Benford, Isaiah Hodgins, and Tommy Sweeney, that's pretty good right there.
So who's a position? What's the position that Beane is going to go after with this 5th-round pick that he got from Cordy Ford? just throw it out there, man. It doesn't matter who you think. It's going to be interesting. I know Beane is going to. He's something about those mid-round picks, man. Those 5th rounds, man. He just loves them. I mean, Khalil Shakir, another guy, right? He's gonna. I'm interested, man. What he's gonna do with it? I know he's gonna find somebody, some gem sitting down there, hiding out somewhere that GMs are gonna be pissed that Brandon Beane was able to snag him. But Brandon Beane is, first of all, I mean, let's just say Brandon Beane, is he the best GM? I mean, one of the best top 3, top 5 GMs in the NFL. He's extremely good, man, and so he knows what he's doing. I absolutely love how he's built this team through the draft and supplementing it with free agent acquisitions. So look, guys, let's go down through this roster prediction, man, because it's gonna be tight, man. It is gonna be tight. Like you had mentioned, I think Kevin, or was it Zach? One of you guys had mentioned it's gonna be down to about 7 or 8 guys that we need to make a decision on. But let's take our time real quick and let's go through it positionally. Okay, so let's see here. Let's start. What position you guys want to start with first, man? You want to go offense or defense first?
Might as well just start offense.
Okay, let's start offense. Okay.
Josh Allen, I don't know.
I was gonna get with like quarterback. Okay.
Practice squad candidate? I don't know.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna start with the quarterbacks, man. Quarterback. Do we carry 2 or 3?
That's where I got caught up because I put Barkley on mine. And when it came down to those final 6 or 7, he might be a cut candidate, and then you put him on the practice squad, kind of like a Davis Webb.
Oh, okay. Barkley? Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, that's what I got back in May. It's just Case Keenum was brought in to be the primary backup, and Matt Barkley was brought in to fill the Davis Webb role. And I put it in my article saying foot races and all. Well, apparently now we can add punter to that, but
so that makes him very versatile, man. So I wonder if his ability to punt gives him the edge over Case Keenum, who's just a backup quarterback.
I don't think it does that much.
I'm just talking. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. All right, so we all can agree that all 3 of them are going to be on the team, on the 53. Or just 2. Right,
you can put some veterans safely on the practice squad, correct?
Yeah, you can. I think it's like 4 to 6 players.
We're gonna.
So
I'm not sure.
Maybe you have Matt Barkley, and I'm just going to throw a name out like Duke Johnson. Like 2 of those guys can go on the practice squad if you want to put them safely on there. So
protected. You talking about protecting them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So Barkley could be one of those. I know he's very valuable to the Bills, but I mean, Davis Webb was, and he wasn't on the 53. So I don't know. It's tough. Like I said, for mine, I had him on the bubble, and I figured once we got down to like that, the last 5 or 6, I didn't make the cuts. I don't have a final 53 because I figured we were just talking through. So Barkley was on the bubble for me.
Okay, I like it. I'm cool with it. Yeah. So him in the Davis Webb role, I can see that. All right. Any? Let me see. Does it? You guys, I'm trying to go through the comment section too to see if anybody is mentioning what they think about the quarterbacks here. Do they think that Matt Barkley is going to be a practice squad guy like Davis Webb or not?
JC just said there's next to no chance Barkley is going to be on the 53. Surprised we're even talking about it.
Nah. Well, we got to talk about it, JC, okay? Because he's on the roster right now. We have to talk about him. Okay. So, so we got the quarterback at the position. All right, let's move on. What about running backs, man? No. Let me save that because that one's kind of juicy. So let's do O-line. Right. Let's do O-line. Okay, so O-line, man, and somebody has to write it down because I mean, man, we've got a lot of guys here because I want to keep a running total. Is anybody able to do that here? Anybody able to do that? Zach, can you do it? Bryce, can you do it in the background? Can somebody do it? Just kind of keep a running total of the players we have, so that way we know. Thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna do it. All right. So O-line. First of all, how many offensive linemen did we keep last year? Does anybody remember that off the top of my head? Was it like 9 or?
I think it was 9.
About 9.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so going into the O-line right now, let's just start with the starting 5, okay? Mm-hmm. Starting 5 across the board. Kevin, start us off, man, left to right. Who do you got?
All right, so Dawkins, Saffold, Morse, Bates, and then Brown / Kessenberry. So
no, you can't do a slash. You got to do one. Who's starting?
Oh, all right. Well, just based on what we know, Quessenberry then.
All right, Quessenberry. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we got those 5. All right, and then now snake it back like this is a snake draft.
All right, so Spencer Brown then.
Yes. All right, that's 6.
6.
And
then do you want me to keep going or do you want
Zach? Yeah. Zach, go ahead. So we start. So we got Spencer Brown snaking back around at the backup right tackle.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, backup right tackle Spencer Brown. I would say Tommy Doyle makes his backup swing tackle.
Okay. We got Spencer Brown. I'm trying to write this down too, man. Oh man, this is interesting, dude. This line is going to be something else. All right, Brown.
Ike Butker's on the PUP list, so that saves.
He's on the PUP.
Okay. So he's on the roster, but it doesn't count towards the.
Doesn't count towards the 53, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Brown, Doyle.
I think Greg Mance makes it, right?
Yeah, I was about to say Mance.
Yeah.
So that's 8.
Okay. That's 8 right there.
And
left tackle is Doyle. Is Doyle? Is he? Oh man, this is gonna be tough because is he just like left tackle specifically, or is he swing tackle left and right, or?
I think he's a swing tackle, and they tried him at guard too to see if he had any of that versatility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what they're thinking will be on that.
Okay. All right. So but we've got 2 tackles, man. Any guards, man. Who do you think? I mean, Mance is a backup center. And that's all he doesn't have really the position flex. That's 8 right there. Do we have anybody else, man? Who do you think?
I think
we need a backup guard, right? Because now there's no guard right now.
Can play guard as well.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Mance can play guard as well. I mean, obviously, I think if you do keep him, he's probably the primary backup for Morse at center.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, obviously, the original plan might have been just Quessenberry as backup guard / tackle, but if Spencer Brown still needs to fully recover, then Quessenberry's going to be thrust in the starting lineup, which again circles us back to who's the extra guards. But
yeah, so I think right now it has to be Van Roten because you trade Cody Ford, and now it's pretty much Greg Van Roten or Bobby Hart. And from what I heard and
Oh,
saw
dang.
yesterday, Bobby Hart played a rough game. So I would
Yeah.
go with Van Roten right now as the 9th offensive lineman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So here. Let's. I'm gonna try to make this easier for us. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna try to pull up the Bills depth chart, the current depth chart right now.
I'm using our lads.
Are you?
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys see that right there?
All
All right.
A little bit.
Yeah,
That's
zoom in on it.
as
Oh, there we
fully
go.
zoomed
I
as
got it. Yep.
You got it?
Yep.
There we go. All right. So offense, here we go. All right. So left tackle, we got Deion Dawkins, Tommy Doyle, Luke Tenuta. I don't think
I was
he's
going to say Tenuta's kind of the 10th offensive lineman. He made mine originally, but he could be one of those last 5 cuts because he's huge. He's 6'7", and
yeah, he's a big boy.
his ceiling is also very tall. So
I think he's a practice squad candidate though.
yeah, I mean, I could see
With
that.
development.
I just am wondering if the Bills would not want to lose him getting poached somewhere because the Giants would be all over us. And not only the Giants, a lot of other teams, because teams are looking at the Bills saying, this is a Super Bowl roster, and their 5th defensive end could be our 2nd. So we're going to scoop up a bunch of players from the Bills as we can. And the Giants are we all know how many of the Giants are former Bills. So Bills have to be very careful. Someone like Luke Tenuta could be poached. So that's a tough decision. Do you want to put him as your 10th offensive lineman, or do you want to keep 9 and with the possibility of him getting poached?
That's tough, man.
I don't think he's going to get poached. I don't think Tenuta is going to get poached.
Just from a size perspective, or just like an upside thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if he goes on the 53, I mean not 53, but if he goes on the practice squad, I mean, is he a guy that you would protect on the practice squad?
I honestly wouldn't even go that far. He hasn't really done that well in the preseason to really kind of warrant it. I mean, if somebody wants him, go ahead, fine. We'll just find someone else. But
yeah, I mean, he's struggled. I think maybe what Kevin's point is I guess just the measurables, right? I mean, I think we just all kind of fall in love with measurables and the size and I guess the potential of these guys, and it would be kind of. I mean, you don't want anybody to, you don't want to lose anybody. And you certainly would hope, like, dang, man, if we lose Luke Tenuta is as big as he is, and his potential, and then all of a sudden he develops into whatever, that can kind of hurt, I guess. But, I mean, when you have Spencer Brown, what I'm saying, already on the roster, you got Tommy Doyle, who's already been developing. I'm not too sure how much they would really miss a guy like Luke on the roster, even if he happens to develop into something. So let's say maybe practice squad. Okay, maybe that's a question mark. But right now, I mean, we got Deion Dawkins, Tommy Doyle. We've already went through the starting 5. Let's go back here. Spencer Brown. Okay. Ryan Bates. Okay, we got Bates here. Did we even mention him? We did mention him. You did mention him, Kevin, didn't you?
Yeah, he was started.
Okay. So you mentioned him. All right. So now we've got. So we got 8 so far, man. That 9th guy, man. That 9th guy. I'm looking at it right here, and it almost seems like it has to be Bobby Hart, man. I don't know, because like, who else would it be?
Wait,
Greg Van Roten? Yeah. Do you keep Greg over Hart? I don't. That's a tough decision, man.
It's down to Van Roten and Hart, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because Ike, like you said, Ike is going to be on the pup list. It's not going to count against the 53. But when he comes back, how long are they on the pup list for?
4 weeks.
They shortened it to 4 weeks this year.
4 weeks. So when he comes back in 4 weeks, he's on the 53, or he has to be removed, right?
He has to be removed from the list.
Okay. So he's are we penciling him in on the 53? Once I'm just kind of looking down the line, okay, past the pup list window. All right, so then he would essentially make our 9th offensive lineman once he returns.
Well, wait. If we're doing this based on what they're going to do Tuesday at 4, we wouldn't put Butker on, right? Because in 4 weeks you make the roster move. Like when he's ready to come back in 4 weeks,
you make the roster move, and you have to remove somebody else, right?
Yeah. So like for right now, let's not include.
Okay,
Butker.
so for now, so we're not even going to go that far. Okay, so that's my mind going way out there. All right, so it's between Bobby Hart and Luke Tenuta. Who do you guys think? Because not Luke Tenuta, my bad. Greg Van Roten. That's what I meant to say.
I'm just gonna say this about Bobby Hart. I mean, yes, I will say that realistically, I think the Bills are going to keep Bobby Hart. I would not like it because Bobby Hart's a thief of football joy. Calling him a football player is an offense to football players everywhere. And even if he doesn't do anything wrong on a play, you still can't stand seeing him on the field. But
Did you see him give up that sack?
yeah, that was awful. That's why I say these things. Like,
Yeah, but we don't want him starting,
things-
right? Like that would be
Yeah.
be like in an emergency standpoint, right? Emergency purposes only. And Josh is gonna be running for his life. I think we just need a body there for 4 weeks, right? Is that can we all agree we just need a body for 4 weeks?
I'll protect Josh.
I'll stand there
Man.
and let someone.
Dang, man. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, he did absolutely nothing. But that Derek Brown is a monster, though. He's a monster. But yeah, so I would lean. I don't know how much Greg Van Roten has actually done. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not really big on any of these guys, to be honest. Greg or Bobby. I know Evan has been like drooling over Bobby Hart. He's got like developed a man crush over Bobby Hart. And I guess you can see some type of better play under Aaron Cromer, but I just don't buy into the whole thing, long term. I just don't see it. So can we all just say for now, Bobby Hart over Greg, and he's the 9th offensive lineman?
I would say Greg over Bobby Hart.
Oh, you say Greg over Bobby Hart?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were leaning towards Bobby over Greg.
No.
Oh, okay.
I think, as we can see with the trade, I think Bobby Hart probably put himself a little over Cody Ford, unless maybe I'm wrong with that, because maybe that meant Cody Ford was playing so well that the Bills were able to get some value for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know exactly what the Bills think of Bobby Hart. I know he's gotten better, and Sal Capaccio has been talking him up a lot, saying that he's been better on the inside than the outside. But I don't know if you can roll out the Super Bowl season, with Bobby Hart as your backup right guard. I would trust Greg Van Roten a little bit more. I'm still not sold on Van Roten. I'd need to see a little bit more from him, but just based on what we know, I'm taking Greg Van Roten as the 9th and final offensive lineman.
I mean, but how much more can we see? I mean, preseason's over now, so I mean, he's not getting on the field. So
I'm just saying, in terms of me watching film, and seeing how he blocks and watching up close, that kind of stuff, because it gets hard when you're either at the game or watching on TV, and everything just kind of gets piled into each other. So if I could get the all 22 access and single in on Greg Van Roten and the rest of the line for that matter, that'd be better. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So
does anybody know the snap count? Like the percentage? Like has Greg Van Roten been getting more snaps than the Bobby Hart in preseason?
I'm not exactly sure. I know that I think both of them ended up playing every single snap though this last game. But
okay. All right, I guess that's enough talking about these these dudes. All right. So we've got 9. 9 is the number that we're keeping on the offensive line. All right, so now let's move on from the offensive line, and I'm gonna let you guys pick the other position on the offense. Zach, who do you want to go with?
I was also going to say wide receiver.
Wide receiver. All right, so let's go ahead and touch on the wide receivers, man. That is man. I think this position is going to have is going to have like a domino effect on other positions. The amount that we keep. All right, so let's wide receiver. We've got Stephon Diggs, okay, Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, Jamison Crowder.
Yes.
Okay. Jamison Crowder, all right.
Yeah.
Khalil
I
Shakir.
think he has to make the team.
Yes, okay. That's 5. All right. Right. Diggs, McKenzie, Crowder, Shakir, Davis. That's 5. All right. Now we're looking at Hodgins, Stevenson, Kumaro, Gentry, and Neil Pau, if I think that's how you pronounce his name. So how many receivers are we carrying, man? Because this is going to be tough. This is where it's going to get down to the nitty gritty, because I think, like I said, I think it's going to affect a lot of other positions that we may carry. We got 5, right? We got 5. Diggs, right? McKenzie, Crowder, that's 3. Khalil Shakir, that's 4, and Gabe Davis, 5. What do you guys think? Where do we cap it off at?
Realistically, I think they're going to keep 6. I want them to keep 7, and that's where I ended on my list, where I have Kumaro as wide receiver 6 because I think they love him for special teams and for run blocking. And I don't know if Isaiah Hodgins showed enough during this training camp and preseason that he can be effective on special teams. So right now, I think Kumaro is wide receiver 6. I have Hodgins as 7, and that's another classic example. He's in my the last tier of guys. He's in that 57, 58 range where I'm trying to find a spot for him, but I just don't know if we can swing it. So I don't know how you guys want to do this. If maybe you guys want to keep like a little 5 to 6 man bubble that we can go back to at the end and see if we have enough room, or if we should just roll with it right now and see if, just put Hodgins on the practice squad. I don't know, but he's definitely on the
I don't think he makes a practice. I don't think he lasts on the practice squad this time. Especially guys, and I just want to you guys, let me show you this, because it's going to be hard if we're talking about stashing a guy like Isaiah Hodgins on the practice squad after he's been kind of performing a little bit here. It's going to be tough because when you make plays like this, it's going to be hard.
Matters to those guys out there in that Apple Cup. Wow, what a catch.
That's great
by
concentration.
Isaiah Hodgins with Henderson all over him.
That's a great catch.
This team is expected, as you said earlier in the broadcast, to contend to win the Super Bowl this year. It's another ball trying to thread it in there.
Man, he's been making these kind of plays here throughout preseason, man. I mean, we knew coming out, right? We knew coming out of the draft that he was a guy who had incredible hands, right? He was just that guy. Some were even saying he was a better prospect than Gabe Davis coming out until he got injured. That's up for debate. But nevertheless, I mean, we're seeing it, right? We're seeing these incredible sideline catches. He had dudes draped all over him, regardless of second team, third team, whatever. It's the fact of the matter is he has these guys draped all over him, and he's making these kind of catches, and he's been doing this consistently throughout the preseason. I think it's going to be very difficult for Sean McDermott and the coaching staff to part ways with Isaiah Hodgins. It's going to be tough. I would tend to think they may lean to carrying 7 receivers as opposed to 6 and risking putting him on the practice squad yet again, or just losing him. Because when you see that, because to me, you get the glimpse of the potential that made him the draft pick that he was. It's just been unfortunate due to injury. Like, why would you just risk losing that? I get it, we're kind of top heavy, but if it boils down to a guy like Kumaro or Hodgins, even though Kumaro was great for special teams, I mean, Hodgins was playing some special teams as well, and so I mean, he got some kind of reps at it. Could he develop into a special teams role while offering more upside and more potential on the offensive side of the ball than Jake Kumaro? What do you guys think about that?
I was gonna say, I saw the snap count from yesterday, and Hodgins played more snaps on special teams than Kumaro. But again, I think the reason they've been showing him more on special teams than Kumaro is because they already know Kumaro can do it, and they want to get an extended look at Hodgins. Like many people are saying in the comments, I too think at this point, this is one of the changes I would make from May. I mean, it's too late to go back in the past and edit that article.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Maybe Hodgins probably would be wide receiver 6 now, in my opinion, instead of Jake Kumaro, because, like you said, higher upside on offense, and as long as he can develop competence at special teams, then that gives him more value than Kumaro. What could happen, though, is the Bills could keep 7 receivers, and maybe they cut Kumaro, make him wait in the parking lot, put Marquez Stevenson on the IR, and then bring Kumaro back. Do something like that if they want to keep both of them.
Okay. Hey, what about you, man? What are you thinking?
It's just tough because personally, I want to keep Hodgins. I think he's been great, and I feel bad that he hasn't really got his chance because the Bills' wide receiver room has been so deep, and he's been dealing with injuries over his little short career here. So he's finally been showing up and showing out, it's just that the Bills value special teams so much that I feel bad because if it were up to me, he'd be on my team. But I feel like
Yeah.
Bean and McDermott are going to take special teams over that. And I know that they know what they're doing, but I just find it a little hard to, I don't want to say clog roster spots, but how many special teams guys do we need? Because I love Taiwan Jones, but
Yeah.
he's solely used for special teams. Tyler Matakevich, special teams. Saran Neal, special teams. Jay Kumaro, special teams. Those are 4 roster spots right there that you're taking up for special teams. And I know with 13 seconds, that whole thing was just a whole debacle. But
Yeah.
you build up your special teams for moments like that to get you to the AFC Championship game. And where did it get us?
You're
We're
right.
left stunned for 13 seconds because special teams didn't come through. So
Yeah.
I like on one side, you could double down and say we need to really go hard on special teams now to make sure that doesn't happen. And we're going to have even more special teams guys. Or you could look at that and say, well, it didn't work out last year. So maybe we're valuing this too much. And maybe we should keep Hodgins, even if he can't perform on special teams as well as Kumaro, because it didn't help us get to the AFC Championship game last year like we had hoped.
Man, that's gonna be tough, dude. Yeah, because they value special teams, especially the core special teamers. I mean, and so even though they didn't come through, I don't necessarily know you can kind of like say, well, because they didn't come through, then that means that the core is not as important as we think it should be. I just don't know if Sean McDermott is going to do that. I think he's still going to value it. But I do like the idea, though, of maybe getting rid of one of those special teams only players. You know what I'm saying? In favor of somebody else who can probably either do what they can do, be developed into that, but also provide more on whatever side of the ball they play. Hence, like what I mentioned, and Zach, you as well, about Isaiah Hodgins, even a guy like Blackshear potentially. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you mentioned, we carry a lot of those guys, those special teams only players. But is there one guy on there on that core? Let me just ask that question, Kev. Is there one guy within that core that you had mentioned? Taiwan Jones, Tyler Matakevich, who else?
Saran Neal.
Saran Neal, Jay Kumaro. If you had a choice to get rid of one of those guys in favor of, let's say, a bubble guy that could potentially offer more on whatever side of the ball that they play in, would you be willing to do that? And if so, who would it be?
Yes, I would. Now, I do want to say I think it is important to have a core of special teams because that is the other third of the game. Everything is not offense and defense, because on the flip side, if you tear apart your special teams, Kansas City could have ran back a kick or a punt, and that could have ended your season.
Right.
So it is important to have it. I just don't want to overvalue it to the point where you're taking a roster spot away from like a Raheem Blackshear. So that's why I'm wondering if, I know they love Taiwan Jones. He's a captain, yada, yada. But if you get rid of Taiwan Jones, can Raheem Blackshear play special teams? Because we know he can contribute on offense, at least in the preseason. I know it's just preseason, and he hasn't been going against the guys that he'd be going against if it were the regular season. But that's the big question. Can Raheem Blackshear, or even Duke Johnson for that matter, can they give you enough on special teams? Because you know that they're going to give you more on offense. There's going to be a dip in special teams. So how much do you want to balance that?
I will say this, just to jump in on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's remember last preseason, Antonio Williams was making plays. He was running all over. Everyone wanted him to be kept. People pointed to him in 2019 being the special teams MVP or winning some award at North Carolina, but they still kept Taiwan Jones. So that's why I'm saying until McDermott and Bean show, until Taiwan Jones is announced as cut, I can't see them cutting him. I'll see it when I believe it, and I'll believe it when I see it, basically.
I don't either. So I guess going full circle here, do you want to put Hodgins as wide receiver 7? And then if it comes down to it at the end, if we have 55, 56, we're going to have to make that tough decision if Hodgins is worthy of staying as wide receiver 7, or, someone like a Greg Van Roten is worthy of staying at the 9th offensive lineman, although we just kind of decided we need a backup guard. But do you guys want to do that where we could have 4 or 5 players at the end? Like Matt Barkley was kind of on our bubble right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did we keep him on the 53 or did we put him on the practice squad?
Who's this?
Barkley.
Barkley, I think practice squad anyways.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you want to
Okay.
keep him on the 53 for now? And then at the end, when we have like 4 or 5 really tough decisions to make, then we'll figure out who gets to stay and who gets to go.
I mean,
Or
I
do you
think
want
he's.
to do that now?
I think he's already on there though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just keep him. Let's just keep him where we have him slated for now, and then go go through the bubble because I'm trying to type down these. Yeah, I'm trying to type down these names here because we got so. Just let's just go back through the wide receiver position right now. How many do we have? Do we count? Was it 6 or was it? Are we going with 6 or 7? What are we doing?
Let's go with 7 for now. And like I
7?
said, at the end, if we have to trim down our bubble, I guess we will, which we'll probably have to. So
I mean, I was gonna say, like, again, what are you guys' thoughts on the whole roster maneuver type thing where like you put Marquez Stevenson on the roster just to put him on the IR to free up a roster space to bring someone back? Because we haven't heard any update from him at all ever since it was announced that he had his foot injury and he was going to be out a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So put him on IR, so that way you can free up another roster spot. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like it would be a parking lot cut situation where like, I think it was like last year they cut Reed Ferguson and then put Stevenson on the IR and then brought Ferguson back.
Oh, I see.
Just doing something like that where you do that roster maneuvering, like put an injured player on the IR because you don't expect them to be back soon. So then you can free up that roster spot and bring someone back.
wouldn't that be the same
Obviously,
as keeping
it
Hodgins?
wouldn't.
Say again, Kev.
Wouldn't that be the same as just keeping Hodgins as wide receiver 7 though?
Well, I think technically speaking, the way the rules are for the cut downs, you have to be at 53 and then like you would have to make that sort of maneuver. I think there's a specific reason why teams have to do it that way, where you have to retain a player through the cut down and in order to be able to put him on the IR or something like that. I think because otherwise if they are put on the IR beforehand, then they're shut down for the entire season or something. I believe that's what it is. So that's why it's done that way. And of course, you wouldn't be cutting Hodgins because he would go through waivers. You would be cutting Kumaro and then bringing him back or something like that, because you have to make sure the players that you are cutting have more than 4 vested years so they avoid waivers.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. I can see them doing some kind of roster finagling, some just some magic to make some rooms like that. Yeah, I can see that. And so I've got. Let me see here. All right, so we get our bubble is getting big already, man. All right. So for now, on the wide receiver position right now, we've got Diggs, Davis, McKenzie, Crowder, Shakir, Hodgins, or Kumaro. Who is it?
I think you need to keep Hodgins out.
Hodgins.
Right?
Got it.
To
All right.
avoid waivers.
Yeah. All right. So Hodgins is on there. All right. So now we've got that. Now let's move on. Next position, tight end. This one is gonna get kind of. This one can get kind of sneaky too, man. All right. So tight ends. Okay, we definitely have Knox, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it's really
exactly, man. Exactly. Man, this one is gonna be Bryce. Do you want to come in on this tight end talk, man? You good? Let's bring Bryce in. Let's get another voice before we bring in my man Dante. Here we go. What's good, Bryce? How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Oh man, it's buddy. Hey, this
been hell, I know.
roster prediction, man. This is getting tough, man. This is getting very tough. Before we move on to tight ends, man, is there anything that you wanted to add to our conversation that we've been having about the wide receiver so far?
Yeah, I think with wide receiver, the only reason you would keep 7 is to give your first-year special teams coordinator, I forget his first name.
Yeah, Dorsey.
Matthew
Yeah.
Smiley.
Yeah,
Matthew
Matthew
special
Smiley.
teams. Matthew Smiley. My bad.
Yeah, special teams.
Uh-huh.
Give him some veterans to make his job a little bit easier instead of going with first-year special teamers where they don't really know what they're doing just yet. Because if you keep Taiwan and you keep Kumaro, it makes his job a little bit more easier.
Yeah, I mean, but what about Taiwan or Matakevich? You know what I'm saying? Like it's you know,
tough.
I mean, keeping. I mean, because we have a core. I think we can. I don't know, man. I think we can afford to lose one of them. Maybe
Kumaro would probably be the one that you can afford to lose.
Yeah, or it could be Taiwan could be a surprise one, man. You know, I mean, the man is, what is he, 34?
Yeah, he's getting up there in age.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be.
Because then, if you really like Raheem Blackshear and you don't think he can pass through waivers, then I think that makes you releasing Taiwan Jones a little bit more easier.
Yeah, and I definitely want to touch on that as we get closer to the running back position. So we'll put a pin in that one right there. So let's just jump to the tight end position. So off the top, we've got Dawson Knox, right? You know, we added. They've been trying to run this 12 personnel, man, and they've wanted to have this dual threat tight end, kind of thing on the roster here, and we brought in OJ Howard for that. Okay, but OJ Howard has just kind of been. If there was an emoji to describe him, Zach, what emoji would you use to describe how OJ Howard has performed this offseason for you?
I think it would just. I'm not even sure if there is like one where it's just like crickets, because you haven't really heard too much from him. I mean, he did have that one receiving touchdown against the Broncos. I will say, and I know the discussion has ramped up over the last few days about the tight end room behind Knox. And like, I know we've ourselves in our group chats have had some spirited discussion about whether OJ Howard, and Yeston wrote a piece about it yesterday on the BF blog about whether they would keep OJ Howard or maybe cut or trade him. Realistically, I expect him to make the roster, because for the same reason why you would possibly trade him. You trade him to a contender that may want some extra depth or behind the tight end room. But then if you trade him, you're a Knox injury away from needing that tight end depth. So it's just like, you have him here. You're going to pay him no matter what. Why not just keep him? And then the debate becomes tight end 3. Do you keep a third tight end or use that roster spot elsewhere? And like I said previously in the show, I think Quentin Morris would be tight end 3 if they keep a third tight end. Okay, so let's just jump into it, man, because you got my juices going here, Zach. All right, so tight ends. All right, Dawson Knox. It's going to be very difficult for them to get rid of OJ, even though he just hasn't really just. Oh man, I don't.
He's been in there super late in all these games.
Yes, and I get like the running. I get the run blocking. That's his MO. That's his bread and butter, and he's been pretty good at it, right?
Morris for that too, and save a roster spot.
Yeah, and so
could also use.
I guess it depends on, like you had mentioned. Do we carry 2 or 3?
I wonder if you carried 2 and keep Gilliam as your third tight end in a pinch.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I mean,
either way, your backup tight ends are going to really suck. I hate to say it, but they're not going to be very good.
They're not going to be Knox. The reason they signed OJ Howard in the first place. Last year, went with Knox and Sweeney and then Gilliam as the pinch tight end 3. That didn't work out too well.
No, didn't work out.
And like I said, you were one Knox injury, that injury against the Titans, away from needing help at tight end.
And Tommy Sweeney only had 41 yards in the 3 games that he played for Knox.
Yeah, and I think part of it is that Knox was just so a crucial piece in that offense.
Yeah, and
then when he got injured, they had to adjust the offense on the fly to compensate for it. OJ Howard, even though he hasn't lived up to his draft status, he's not going to be the player everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college after these injuries. But I still think there is more of a proven pass catcher than Morris or Sweeney. And that's why I still think looking at this realistically, I still think that OJ Howard makes the team as tight end 2. I love Quentin Morris, and I've advocated for him. I put him on my prediction back in May. I will be ecstatic if he makes it on Tuesday. But again, if it comes down to 2 tight ends and 7 receivers, or 6 receivers and 3 tight ends, I think OJ Howard is a safe bet to make the roster.
Okay. I kind of
I
lean
think-
to that though, Zach. I mean,
Yeah.
right now I'm with Knox and Howard, just because I think there's still meat on the bone, and I don't think they want to get rid of Howard like that. And even though he hasn't, I guess, lived up to the hype or lived up to the expectations, he's still a better option in my opinion than Tommy Sweeney, Reggie Gillum, at tight end, and even Quentin Morris. Even though Quentin Morris has been looking pretty good, you just haven't seen enough out of him in regular season game action against starters and stuff like that to make that determination. I'm going with Knox and Howard so far as tight end 1 and 2 still, and I guess the question now goes to: do we carry 3 or do we carry 2?
I think if you keep Howard, then you only carry 2, because then Gilliam is probably a fine tight end 3 in case, because you had him as your third tight end last year and didn't really need to use him too much.
Mm-hmm. But Gillum is I mean, he's currently, on the depth chart, he's just listed as just a fullback. He's not. So, so that's a position on its own. I think we can just pencil him in there just as a fullback, and then maybe a spot tight end if need be in emergency cases. But I think the tight ends for now, I think we've got Knox and Howard, and then this is going to be between Sweeney and Morris. Do you want to keep, like you had mentioned, Zach, which is a good point, do we keep 7 receivers and go with 2 tight ends, or 6 receivers and 3 tight ends? What's more valuable? Let me phrase it that way. What's more valuable when you look at the current construct of the offense and really what Ken Dorsey is trying to do? Is it more valuable to have a 7th wide receiver or a 3rd tight end, especially when you know that he meaning Ken Dorsey is trying to go with more 12 personnel? Do you want to put yourself in a pickle, so to speak, if you're running a lot of 12 personnel with 2 tight ends and one of your tight ends is gone, but you only kept 2 on your 53? Kev, what about you, man? Let's start with you.
So I agree with you, Rev. I think that there's too much guaranteed money in OJ Howard's contract. They signed him for a reason. I don't think that they're expecting him to put up 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. I think if he can just put up 400 or 500 yards, a few touchdowns here and there, be a solid backup, and I think the main thing that they want him for is his run blocking presence.
Run blocking, yeah.
And especially with how they built up the offensive line with Aaron Cromer, even if Howard doesn't go above 500 yards, but he's like an exceptional blocker this year, I think the Bills would be fine with that. So I think because of his contract and because of just the fact that the Bills signed him for a reason, that was the day that they got Von Miller. They got Von Miller and OJ Howard. It wasn't a fluke.
Right.
15 minutes apart, too.
Yeah. Not to say that Von Miller is, what's his name? OJ Howard is Von Miller, but those are 2 big moves on the same day, 15 minutes apart.
Yeah, and that showed you what Brandon Beane and McDermott were trying to, they were trying to improve that second tight end position. They weren't satisfied with Tommy Sweeney and what he was and what he brought, even Gillum in spot duty like that. So they wanted to improve that position. So they added OJ Howard. He hasn't, I guess, performed to our liking so far, but maybe we have been thinking about it the wrong way. Maybe we've been expecting him to be like another, top-notch receiving threat like Knox, when in their eyes, they're looking for a guy who can do it both, who can dominate in the run game and as a run blocker, but then also provide that receiving ability in the event that, let's say, Dawson Knox is injured, or even if they want to, bring 2 tight ends on the field and use them both in receiving, running routes. And so he's a guy that you can trust more than Tommy Sweeney. I think we need to maybe change or lower our expectations, or just be tempered a little bit about OJ Howard. But I think, Kevin, what you had mentioned is kind of spot on about where he is. The run blocking aspect of it is going to be crucial, and then if he can just provide just enough, from the receiving standpoint, I think we're going to get our money's worth out of him this year. Of course, granted, he remains healthy. So, and I just had the thought, though, while we were talking about this, is if it's 2 or 3, right? If it's Knox and Howard, and then you're debating whether or not you want to keep 2 or 3, you're looking at Morris and Sweeney. What trait are they looking for in the third tight end if they decide to keep one? Are they looking for a guy who can be a run blocker or a guy who can provide receiving chops?
I think it might be a combination of both, because Knox would be the receiver, Howard's a blocker, and I think they want someone who can do a combination of both. And I think that's Quentin Morris. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the reason why you keep him, because looking at the Giants depth chart, these are their tight ends: Daniel Bellinger, Chris Myarick, Austin Allen, and Tanner Hudson. So if you release Quentin Morris, he will be in not New York, New Jersey by the next day.
Go ahead, Zach. Go.
I was gonna like say too, Quentin Morris would probably be the guy, because Tommy Sweeney's role mainly over the last couple of years has been a run blocker, and OJ Howard's frankly better at it. Quentin Morris, and this is also again something that has been praised by Dorsey, by McDermott. He has some versatility. I remember when he came out of Bowling Green in the draft a couple of years ago, he actually played fullback, tight end. He even lined up as a receiver as well. So he has some positional versatility that we don't necessarily give him a lot of credit for. So when, again, bringing the discussion about depth receiver, depth tight end, obviously, if whoever you keep as that extra roster spot can give you as much personnel versatility as possible, you might want to keep them.
Yeah, and now Dante is here in the background, and he's talking, and he says Morris also contributes on special teams. So, I mean,
Sweeney doesn't, right?
Yeah, I don't believe Sweeney does, or has he?
I think he does, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I'm checking it. And I think Dante's posting some more stuff.
Buffalo Fanatics, what's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
At Lowe's, this Veterans Day and every day, verified military members, veterans, and their spouses get automatic silver status in My Lowe's Rewards with free standard shipping, plus 10% off eligible purchases with no annual limit. It's one way we honor and give back to those who have served and still do. Learn more now at lowes.com/military. 10% discount can't be combined with another offer. Exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
of Morris. Special
Sweeney
team
had
snaps.
4 special team snaps yesterday,
Oh wow.
Now,
which accounted for 24% of the reps.
now, when they say special team snaps, could that just mean lining up for an extra point, though?
I mean, I
Wilson
guess it could.
scored.
I
Right.
think it's like extra points, field goals, kickoffs, kick returns, punts.
But the Bills didn't even have a field goal attempt yesterday, right? Or did they?
No, they didn't.
No. It was just punts and kickoffs, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's my opinion, man. If they want to take 3, I think it has to go with Knox, Howard, and Morris. If they go with 3, because again, I mean, we currently have let's just see. I mean, we're good because we got to trim somewhere, right? If we keep 3, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 right now currently wide receivers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Diggs, Davis, McKenzie, Crowder, Shakir, Hodgins. So if we can keep 3, then 3 tight ends. All right, so let's just assume we keep 3 of them. Okay, Knox, Howard. I'm writing it down too as I talk, and then Morris. Because I don't think Sweeney. When you look at Morris and Howard, I think Morris is more versatile than Sweeney is, and so I think we can go with those 3 guys right there.
Wait, so what did we end up doing with Kumaro?
So
Is he still on
Kumaro,
the bubble?
Kumaro's on the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say in my head right now, I have Barkley, Kumaro, and I guess Morris now. Yeah, because it would probably be those 3.
No,
on
Morris
the
is
bubble
Morris
right
is on the 53.
Yeah.
Are we for sure? Like he's definitely.
Yeah. We're gonna put Morris on the 53 as a 3rd tight end. And so I've got on the bubble. I've got Barkley, Kumaro. Let me see here because I'm going back to the O line. We had for some reason I've got Hart on the bubble, but we actually put Hart on the 53, right?
Oh, Tenuta. Okay, so it'll be
Tenuta,
Barkley,
okay.
Tenuta, and
Yeah.
Kumaro will be on the bubble for when we circle back at the end.
Right, Barkley, Kumaro, Tenuta.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Morris
that's
is
good.
making the 53 no matter what, is what we're saying.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
You got it. Okay. So now, let's go. Let's keep on moving. So we got the tight ends out the way. Let's go. Let's go to running backs. You know, I want to bring in Dante. Is Dante ready? Dante, you ready? Bryce, I'm gonna switch you out with Dante, okay? Because we got 4 here. Is that cool with you? I'm gonna put you in the background.
Yeah,
You stay there. You stay there. I'm gonna bring Dante on, and then we'll bring you back in too. So we'll alternate you guys. All right. So let me put you in the back, Bryce. Dante to the stream. What's up, Dante? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. Ready to go.
Man.
Ready to
Here we
contribute.
go.
Talk about this roster.
That's right, man. That's right. You guys follow my man Dante. Dante, you can follow him right there at Dante_J_lasting. Because he's gonna be lasting, man, long as it. I ain't gonna go no further into that. Anyway, that kind of went off a little bit. But so Dante, talk to us, man. As we're moving on, because we want to touch on the running backs. We're first of all, we are an hour plus into the show already, man. Time is flying by. And we're still in the offense, so we got to pick things up. We got to keep it moving before this show is like 3 hours long. Okay. And if for all of you guys who are watching us live, man, do us this favor. Smash that like, and subscribe to the channel. And also, you want to download the BF Network app and follow all these guys. And this is where you can find their articles on the BF Network app. We've got the articles, we got the lives, man. We've got merch. You want to make sure you're connected to the BF Network, especially as we ramp up for the regular season. And go to supportbf.com to follow us on all of our social media platforms. So Dante, as we're talking about the tight end position here, is there anything that you want to add to it? Because to us so far, we've got 3 tight ends. We're carrying 3. And I know you've heard it on Dawson Knox, OJ Howard, and Quentin Morris. What do you think about that?
I think I was going off of what you guys are saying, and I think Morris edges out Tommy Sweeney just because of his position versatility and because of what he can contribute on special teams.
I love it, man. All right, so now moving on. Let's tackle the running back position. Okay, running back position, man. Kevin, I'm gonna start with you, man. I want you to jump in on this first. Who are your starting running backs? Not starting running backs, but just running backs that you have listed on the roster so far.
Well, Singletary and Cook are locks. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I think Zach Moss is going to earn his roster spot because his ankle is fully healthy and he's a lot more confident. And I think they want to wean Josh Allen off of the QB runs. And I think they're going to try to integrate Zach Moss more into the offense by putting him in on those 3rd and shorts or 1st and goals, 2nd and goals. So I think Zach Moss earns a roster spot that way now that, again, he's healthy and he's feeling better. And I've seen some nice cuts from him this preseason where every time he makes a cut, I'm like, that's all you had to do against New England in the win game. And then still
that's it.
When the 1 seed and the 2 seed.
To the outside, man. It was right there.
Yeah. But yes, I think Moss is going to be on the team. And I think just because they love Taiwan Jones, I think he's almost a lock at this point too. I would be shocked if he's gone. There is a chance that they would keep maybe. I don't know. No, I really don't see them keeping Duke Johnson or Blackshear over Taiwan Jones. So those are my 4 running backs: Singletary, Cook, Moss, and Jones. And then maybe Duke Johnson, practice squad. Blackshear, definitely put him on the practice squad. But yeah, those are my 4.
Dak, what about you?
Yeah, that's literally what I had. That's what I had back in May. That's what I'm saying now. That's probably what's going to happen on Tuesday. That and also Gilliam at fullback, which technically is lumped in with the running backs.
So then, all right. So then that makes 5, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? All right. So let me add Gilliam. Any objections to that, Dante? What about you?
I just have 4. I have Singletary, Moss, Cook, and Gilliam. I have them cutting Jones and Johnson and then waiving Blackshear to hopefully get him back on the practice squad. But Jones only temporary to do some of that parking lot type of cuts to move some players around.
Spicy. I like it, man. I think there's going to be one of these core teamers, man, who are going to get the to make room for some more players. But for now, let's just do this right now. We got Motor, Cook, Moss, Jones, Gilliam. Okay, let's just do that for now. And I don't know, dude. It's gonna be tough, buddy. That's gonna be tough, man. I don't know. It's hard for me to sit there and look at Taiwan Jones, 34 years old, right, as a special teamer only, as good as he's been, and then you got my man like Blackshear, man, who can potentially come in and do some of the things that I don't know, man. I guess we'll see. So is there a back? Kev, you want to jump in? You got something you want to say?
I was going to say, and it's not only that Taiwan Jones could be blocking Blackshear, he could be blocking Isaiah Hodgins because we're talking about the running backs, it's kind of a trickle down effect.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
If you keep Taiwan Jones, it might be between Jones and Isaiah Hodgins, between Jones being that running back 4 and Hodgins being either wide receiver 6 or 7. So you have to think about it from different angles too.
Yeah.
And that's why it's just so tough for me to want to keep a 34-year-old who, again, he's a captain. The Bills love him. But how many special teams guys can you have to the point where you're blocking some of your younger talent that, I mean, here's another fact too. Not fact, but another idea. I was looking at the Rams depth chart, and they're pretty thin at wide receiver after their top 3. And especially with Van Jefferson being a little banged up, if you release Isaiah Hodgins,
you think he's going to LA?
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they have Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson. If Van Jefferson doesn't play, you could pull a Bill Belichick move here, and the Rams could put Hodgins on their roster to try to game plan around Josh Allen and the Bills and dress him up on Thursday night's opener.
Hodgins is going to be on a gag. He's going to have a gag order. He won't say nothing. So I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. I don't want to.
That's like that. Way too far down the road. I don't think it'll happen. But I'm just saying, like, if you release a guy like Isaiah Hodgins, something like that could happen where the Rams pull a New England Patriots move and say, "Hey, we're going to get Hodgins for game planning against the Bills, and then if he performs well, we'll keep him for the rest of the year while Van Jefferson is recovering."
Right.
Here's the one thing though: Hodgins would go through waivers. Giants have a higher priority waiver than the Rams, assuming that Dable wants to keep adding to Buffalo Bills East Rutherford branch.
Yeah, I think Jersey is going to be Buffalo East, man. I think that's what it's going to be, man. He's going to be poaching they're going to be poaching our team, man, like left and right, man, like McDermott did to Carolina. Dude, it's the more I sit here and look at who we have right now, running back. Carrying 5 guys. The more I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to get rid of one. I want to get rid of Jones so bad. I do, man. Just because, golly, do we want to stick with it like this for now? Is there anybody on the running back depth on the running back depth chart that we want to put on the bubble?
I guess you could put Taiwan Jones on the bubble, and we could circle back at the end. But I like I said, I just feel like he's a lock.
Mm-hmm. Is that anybody? Because if not, I'm locking it in right here with Motor Cook, Moss, Jones, Gillum.
I just gotta say, my last point is death taxes. Taiwan Jones on Bills.
All right, so now is Blackshear going on the bubble, or is he just automatically stashed on the practice squad?
I think
he's practice squad.
Yeah, practice squad.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. Okay. All right.
So where does it stand on our offense now? How many guys do we have on offense, and how many are on the bubble? As we
all right. So offense. All right. So let me. I'm going through the O line. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we carried 9 offensive linemen, right? And Dawkins, Saffold, Morris, Bates, Quessenberry, Brown, Doyle, Mance, Hart. That's 9. Somebody put 9 up there.
No, I thought we did Van Roten.
Oh dang, yeah, Van Roten. You guys said Hart last time I mentioned it. Yeah, Van Roten, VR. All right, and then quarterback we got 2.
Nuda's on the bubble.
Yeah. So right now let's just talk about who we have currently right here on the roster. So we got 9 so far, offensive linemen. Quarterbacks Allen Keenum, right? That's 2. And then wide receivers, we have Diggs, Davis, McKenzie, Crowder, Shakir, Hodgins. 1, 2, that's 6, right? And then tight ends. Oh wait, wrong thing. Tight ends, we've got 3. Knox, Howard, Morris. Okay. And then running backs, we've got 5. 5 running backs. So let's see here. That somebody do the math. All right, so that's we got 5, 3, 6, 2, and 9.
25.
17.
Is my math correct?
Yeah, that's 25. Yeah, so we got 25 so far. All right, so somebody keep a running total for me. All right, so we got 25 so far.
And then how many are on the bubble?
3.
or 4?
3. We just got 3. Barkley, Kumaro, and Tenuta so far.
Okay.
All right, so 25.
No Sweeney, right? No Sweeney, no Duke Johnson, no Blackshear.
No.
Okay.
Right. No. So
Giants
25 total.
Sweeney,
All right, you guys. Yeah. All right. So we're good. We're good with that. Okay. So now let's move on. That's all the offense, right? Is that right?
Yep.
Am I missing anybody? Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to the defense. All right. Defense, man, this is gonna be boy. All right, defensive side of the ball. D line, baby. D line. Are we gonna do positionally, or are we just gonna go right across the board?
I mean, we could sort of do both. I mean, you just start with the defensive ends and the defensive tackles. I mean, it's kind of I think, in my opinion, this is one of the relatively easier decisions to make based on.
I think it gets harder as we move back on the defense.
Yeah. All right. So Zach, start us off with the defensive ends. All right. So we got Miller, right?
Yeah. We got Miller, Groot, Lawson, Carlos Basham. I said it back in May. I'm saying it again. That's your 5.
Miller, Groot, Epinesa, Basham, and who else? Lawson.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Shaq. Okay.
Yeah, because, McDermott loves his rotation. I think he just wants that 5th player either as a game day inactive or just in case someone gets injured and you still have a full set.
Okay.
Well, and again, like I was saying earlier in the show, our 5th defensive end could be someone's 2nd. So if you release Shaq, it might not be the most crucial blow, but I mean, we saw it with the Texans and the Jets. He was starting for them. So I think you have to keep Shaq. And Jordan Phillips, for that matter. I mean, he's almost a lock to make the roster. But Shaq and Big Phil back on the Bills squad, like you just can't get rid of that juice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they just
man, I was actually thinking, like, I guess earlier in the midways in the offseason, I was like, man, because we didn't hear anything out of Shaq Lawson. I'm like, I don't think he's gonna make the team. Then all of a sudden preseason comes and he's just showing out, and he's probably one of the highlights of the defense, man. And so I think he's almost a definite lock. I want to circle back to this though, Zach, because you're saying Epinesa. I'm not too sold on Epinesa at the moment. I don't know if it's Epinesa or Love. Maybe Love could be on the. I don't know. I know they value their young guys, man, but I'm not too sure how much Epinesa has developed to earn himself a spot. We'll see. We'll see.
This year is the prove it year for Epinesa. I just don't think they're ready to give up on him that quickly.
Is this the contract year too?
Second round pick, yeah.
No, I think
Was it next year?
Next year, I think, is his contract year. But
okay.
As for Mike Love, you mentioned him. He's been a perennial practice squad player.
Yeah.
I think he sticks around as one of those veteran perennial practice squad players.
Okay. Dante, do you have anything to add or take away? What do you think about the 5?
Yeah, I think the 5 are set. I think with Epinesa, if you do release him, he will get scooped up by someone else. But as Zach said, with Mike Love, I think he's safe on the practice squad.
All right. So Miller, Groot, Epinesa, Basham, Lawson. 5 defensive ends. All right. Defensive tackles. Dante, give me your tackles, man.
I have 4. I have Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, Jordan Phillips, and Tim Settle. I feel like after that, there's kind of the drop off there, and you can differentiate the starting 4 from the practice squad guys.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I agree with that.
5th guy. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just trying to think of a 5th guy. Like, Eli, he's been showing out. Brandon Bryant has been showing out too.
I was going to say, should we put one of either Eli Ankou or Brandon Bryant on the bubble for now? Because I feel like they would want.
Yes, to me, yeah. Because go ahead, Zach. Who are you leaning towards?
Here's why I would put Brandon Bryant over Ankou on the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
It's because he's shown that positional versatility on the D line. Leslie Frazier lined him up at DT, lined him up on the edge. He even referenced that. You could see it on the film, and he's showing that there is something there where he's learning this and he's able to provide more versatility than Ankou. That's why I would say put Bryant on the bubble over him, though I think Eli Ankou could make the practice squad anyways.
I would agree with that. I would agree. Brandon Bryant has been flashing like crazy. I like what he has. And I think I'm more inclined. Huh?
He's filling that Justin Zimmer role.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. I can see them keeping 5 D tackles, man, and with Brandon Bryant making that. So wait, hold on. So I'm confused. Are we going Brandon Bryant? Are we adding Brandon Bryant to the starting 5, or are we putting him on the bubble?
I'll put him on the bubble for now.
So he's on the bubble. Okay. Yeah. All right, boy. Look, I almost jumped the gun there.
So he's our first defensive player on the bubble. So right now we have 4 total.
Yep. So Bryant, yeah, I like that.
And just keeping a running tab. So we have 34 on the active roster, 4 on the bubble.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. All right. So I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. Okay. I'm okay with this, guys. I think this is looking pretty good so far. Arkley, Kumaro, Tenuta, and Brandon Bryant so far are on the bubble right now. All right. Now moving on from the D tackles. Oh man, that's going to be nice. We've got to go back now and look at these linebackers, man. Oh man, who wants to kick it off with the linebackers? Because currently, right now, I'm looking at the depth chart. So we have Matt Milano, Tremaine Edmonds, Tyrell Dodson, Andre Smith, Terrell Bernard, Joe Giles Harris, Balin Spector, Tyler Matakevich. Right now,
I can start.
Go ahead, Zach. Go ahead.
So
let's go around the horn.
First thing I want to mention about linebackers is let's remember with all this, Andre Smith is going to be suspended the first 6 games.
Oh, 6. I thought 4. Yeah.
Yeah, first 6 games, so he won't count towards the roster.
Gotcha.
Time. So that technically frees up another spot.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard. I think they keep Tyrell Dodson. I think they also keep Matakevich. Again, they value special teams. He's one of those core special teamers. But the thing is here, and this is something that, because literally my May projection came out before the suspension, so that's why I had Andre Smith as the 6th linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Balin Spector making it as that last linebacker.
Yeah, me too, man.
He's shown stuff in the preseason. I think he led the defense in tackles each of the first 2 preseason games. So I think he makes it as that 6th linebacker if they decide to keep 6 at all.
Yeah, Ned Ryerson comes in. He says, "Yo, is there a linebacker on that list who's played harder than Joe Giles Harris?"
Yeah, he's looked pretty good too.
He has looked. He's looked very good, very good. This is gonna be another tough one, man. I like. Okay, obviously Edmonds, Milano, Bernard, Dodson, Matakevich. Okay, what is that? 5? 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then from there, are we putting Spector on the 53 or is he on the bubble or what do you
I'd
think?
put him on the bubble for now, just because we don't know the numbers as of now.
Yeah.
Do we want to do the same with Giles Harris? Because I think Spector has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Spector is a tier above just because of his draft ranking. They drafted him in the 7th round, and he's flashed a lot of talent. And I think he still has a ton of upside. So I think Balin Spector would be ahead of him now on the depth chart. But do we want to put Joe Giles Harris on the bubble too? I think he's just a practice squad candidate.
I think we could put both of them and then just debate a little bit more about
Mm-hmm.
who we put above the other.
I agree with that. So we got Spector and Joe Giles
Spector
Harris.
had 24 tackles throughout this whole preseason, which led the team, and he also had 2 passes defensed. So he was
saying, man, Spector has been doing very good, man, very good. Here's like the bad thing about drafting well and these guys showing up, and especially getting a lot of game time for all these NFL teams. It's going to be very difficult for the Bills to try to hide some of these guys on the practice squad. When you get a young guy like Spector who's been flashing like crazy, I don't know. It's just me if they're going to be able to hide him on the squad, man, and he's not going to get scooped up.
That's what I'm saying. I think they would rather lose Joe Giles Harris than Balin Spector.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was getting at. Okay, so for now, we'll just keep Spector and Harris on the bubble right now, and we're going with our linebackers. We got 5. So Edmonds, Milano, Bernard, Dotson, Matakevich. Right? Are we good with that? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we got 5 linebackers. All right. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Should we start with the easy ones now on the defensive backs? Because safeties, I feel like, are almost a lock, right?
Yeah. Let's hit safety.
So Poyer, Hyde, Hamlin, Johnson, same as every other year.
Every year, man. Every year.
The one thing I have to say about that is Nick McLeod is interesting here because he has that position versatility where he can play corner or safety. So I think he is a perfect bubble candidate for now because I don't know where he's going to fit in number-wise, but I think they really like him and that versatility and his speed.
Okay. Dante, what do you think, man?
He's a great candidate, as Kevin was saying. Nick McLeod, a great candidate to be stashed on the practice squad because it doesn't really have that name recognition, but the Bills love him because of that position versatility.
Mm-hmm. So do we want to stash him on the practice squad right now, or you want to keep him on the bubble for now?
I think bubble's good. All
right. So we got him, and he's cornerback slash. Say, yeah, man, this is gonna be interesting right here. When we go back through this bubble, this is gonna be. All right, so Poyer, Hyde, Hamlin, Johnson, man, and dude, man, they've been showing out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, cornerbacks. Who wants to tackle this monster right here, Zach?
And so to lead this off, we kind of have to talk about this. This will be the pivotal factor in who else is kept, but whether or not they put Trey White on the PUP list or the short-term IR will influence whether they have an extra roster spot for one of these other DBs or not. If they don't, that means that the Bills feel confident he can go sooner rather than later, maybe even as early as week 1. If they do, though, that frees up that extra roster spot, makes it a little easier to clear up the bubble for this position. Back in May, I assumed that they would probably err on the side of caution, put him on the PUP, so he's out for a month. Then you have Kyrie Elam, Taron Johnson, Dane Jackson, Saron Neal, Cam Lewis, and Christian Benford. I put Cam Lewis there back then more because of his experience in the system. McDermott values that. I didn't even know up until, the preseason that they were testing him out at safety as well. See if he had that versatility. And Christian Benford, he showed out in camp. He showed out in the preseason. I think he's almost all solidified a roster spot at this point.
I agree. Kev?
Yeah, so it's tough with Trey because I feel like he can be ready sooner rather than later, like you mentioned, Zach, but it's just a matter of when. Because even if he's not ready week 1 against the Rams or even week 2 versus the Titans, the Bills might not want to put him on the PUP list because you also can't practice for 4 weeks. So they they might want to get him out there for week 3, we'll just say against Miami on September 25th. But then again, on the other side, that takes away a roster spot from a Nick McLeod or someone like that. And obviously Trey's better than Nick McLeod, but if you want an easier route to get Nick McLeod on your team, maybe you do put Trey on the PUP list. But it's just tough because I don't know how Trey is progressing. I just hear a bunch of great things that he's looking great. He feels great. He's on track, but we don't know what track is. You know, like we don't know what that track is. Does that mean he's going to be ready for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5? I don't know. Dante, do you know anything? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think personally that he'll start the season on the PUP list. I feel like they won't want to rush things. They won't want to risk re-injury or not having him again in this postseason. And so I feel like they're just going to take a measured approach and just start him off on the PUP list and just wean him back in slowly and surely.
I mean, the other option is you put him on the short-term IR, which instead of 4 weeks, I think that would be he'd be off for 6. But I think you could still practice at some point in that time frame as well. So if you wanted to choose that, either way, the point being, like I know that Thigh Doctor on the BF blog wrote a really good piece a couple months back about the recovery timetable, and seemed like he was saying that the best way to approach it would probably be the more conservative route. That's probably what McDermott and Bean would be thinking, is you don't want to rush Trey back too early, and then you don't want to rush him back too early and risk re-injury and then lose him for the postseason when your main goal this year is the postseason, a Super Bowl run. You want him fully healthy at the right time. So I think at this point, you put him on either the PUP or short-term IR and then just free up that extra roster spot immediately and let someone else get a depth position, let them prove what they can do.
So the PUP, how long is it? Is it 4 weeks?
PUP is 4 weeks. Short-term IR, if Bryce is correct, it's actually 4 weeks now. I'm not exactly sure. It's either 4 to 6 weeks, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that, Zach. The only thing that I have with that is Trey can't practice until week 5 when he comes back. So
from the PUP, right?
Yeah, like you're not allowed to practice. Like obviously you can't play, but you can't even practice. So that's what I was saying. If maybe they just hold him out of games because they don't think he's ready, but maybe by like week 2 or 3, they want him to start practicing a little bit more and more and kind of build himself up so he is ready for week 4 or 5.
Right, because if he's on the PUP list and he's not practicing, then I mean, so even though he'll be out for like let's say 4 to 6 weeks on the PUP, but then returning, it could be even longer than that because they have to build him up through practice.
Well, yeah, so it'd be 4 weeks on the PUP, and then if you build him up through practice, you could be looking at a week 6 return.
Right.
That's
Now
in line with Doc's prediction.
And now with IR, are they allowed to practice if they're on short-term IR?
I mean, I believe that there is like a 21-day window once they reach that 4 week or 6 week deadline. I think Bryce confirmed it's 4 weeks. So you have a 21-day window where he can practice and then you can evaluate, see what happens. And then if you feel confident at that point, after that window, you take him off the IR. If not, you leave him on there. So I think, if anything, that might be the more realistic of the two options, just because, to Kevin's point, you can actually see him practice at some point during that span.
Yeah, and I think that's what's important is him practicing while he's, kind of getting himself back ready. Man, that's gonna be hard. All right, so who do we? So we've got Elam, Jackson, Johnson, Benford, Neal, and did you put Lewis? Is that what you had said, Kev? I mean, Zach, you had Cam Lewis on there.
I had Cam Lewis based on his experience in the system.
Okay. So if he's on, if Trey's on short, you got to tell me. So if Trey's on short-term IR, does he not count against the 53?
No, he does not.
It does not. Okay.
It's just like how Ike Bacher is on the PUP list, so he doesn't count.
Gotcha. All right.
So what are we doing with Trey then?
To put him on IR though, wouldn't they need to? He would need to be on the 53-man roster though.
Is that right? That's what, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, is that
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So
okay? So he has to be on there.
Upper roster.
So controversially, Trey White makes the 53. I know, surprising, right?
Right.
And then parking lot cut the situation with someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
Cam Lewis, because I think
Yeah.
I think he may have enough vested years where you could cut him and not worry about waivers. I'm not entirely sure that's, but if he is, then he'd be the obvious candidate. If not, then you just figure something else out, maybe. But
Okay.
So
So right.
should we just put Trey on the active roster now? Because when he
Yeah.
comes
I've
back,
got
we're
Trey.
gonna
Yeah.
have to make, like the Bills are going to have to make that decision anyways, where it's like, hey, Nick McLeod, sorry, but you got to go on the practice squad because we have one of the best corners coming back from injury.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
might as well just plan ahead right now, right? And put
Right.
him on
So
the
we
active roster.
we've got Trey White, Elam, Jackson, Johnson, Benford, Neil, Lewis.
Wait. Let's keep the nickels separate because I don't want to get confused. Because I had Taron Johnson, and Saron Neal as nickelbacks.
All right.
okay.
Let's do that for your
For my organizational purposes.
Uh-huh.
So Taron Johnson and Saron Neal, I mean, those guys are locks.
Yeah.
Even with Neal, he got a new 3-year contract.
Yeah, he's not going
Whether he sees the field on defense or not. I mean, he's another special teams guy.
right. So White, Elam. So outside corners: White, Elam, Jackson, Benford, Lewis. Okay, and then nickels we've got Johnson and Neal. All right.
Say the outside corners again. So it's Trey White, Dane
Elam.
Jackson, Kyrie
Yeah.
Elam, Christian
Uh-huh.
Benford.
Cam Lewis.
I would put Lewis on the bubble.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, you can put him on the bubble.
All right.
I understand that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, I can't. I couldn't carry no less, to be honest. All right, so let's see here. Let me move him off, and then so Lewis is on the bubble. Throw him down there in the bottom along with Nick McLeod.
Oh yeah, Nick McLeod. We forgot him. Okay.
Yeah, I got Nick McLeod on the bubble. Yeah.
Okay.
So corners. So outside we've got 4, and then we've got the 2 nickels. Is that right? So we got 6. All right. We're good. White, Elam, Jackson, Benford, outside. Nickel, Johnson, Neal. Okay. Are we good with that? Everybody good with that?
Yep.
All right. Now, well, I mean, that's all. Now, I guess now we got to go to special teams. All right. Obviously, I mean, we got now. This is. I was waiting for this one, baby. I was waiting for this one. All right. So check this out. All right. Now, Tyler Bass is making the squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can agree. All right, Bass is making it. Tell me why I still have running back here up on my screen. Oh man, you guys gotta let me know. All right, running back is still up on the screen. All right, so now special teams. Tyler Bass is a kicker. All right, Reed Ferguson, is he gonna make the squad? Are we cool with Reed?
Yeah.
I think this is what I'll say about Reed Ferguson. Again, I'll mention what I said last year, or what I said previously in the show about last year. Last year at cutdowns, Ferguson was he was released, but that was so they could put Marquez Stevenson back on put him on the IR, and then they brought Ferguson back. Potentially, he could be one of those parking lot cut candidates, but he's going to be on the roster anyways because he's their long snapper.
Right.
Yeah, let's just put him on. So I mean, essentially, it's going to be 3 special teams guys because you have Bass, Ferguson, and then a punter. We don't know who that.
Don't you do that, Kevin? This is I mean, this is it, man. So is Ariza, is he on the squad, man? Is he going to be is he going to be our punter?
That's a whole other conversation because there's just so much meat on that bone that we could get into, and we're almost 2 hours in. So that's why I said I don't think it'll be Ariza. So let's just label it a punter.
So just a punter.
Yes.
But we have him currently on the team right now. You know, so I mean, like we have to this point. I mean, guess. Go ahead, Zach. You look like you kind of want to say
Michael
something.
Pilardi. We'll put him.
I'm just gonna say about Ariza. that obviously we all know what's going on.
Yes.
Too early to determine whether the allegations are true or false, and they're still gathering all the evidence and whatnot. It's a punter. He's
Right.
a punter. You can find someone else who can come in on the very few fourth downs that the Bills offense will have this season. Just find someone else who doesn't have
Any
his head.
There's a guy I've been seeing on Twitter for so long. I'm trying to remember his name. So you guys talk through the special teams. I'm trying to find this guy here real quickly.
Is it Jake Shum?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's been recruiting himself, I think, for the past 3 years for the Bills to sign him.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
dude. I'm like, just get that dude because he looks pretty good. I mean, even before we got Matt Hagen, I was like, yo, how come Jake is not on? Get that guy. Get him, and I think
he's jacked too, and he can punt the cold. He was in Green Bay. Like it's a match made in heaven.
Yes.
Okay, let's put Jake Shum as our punter.
Let's put Jake. I like it, man. Oh, dude, that dude he was nice, man. So we'll put Jake Shum on the. Is it Shum or Shum? I don't even know how you pronounce his name. Shum. SCHUM.
Yeah.
There we go, baby. We found ourselves a punter.
Worst case, you call Matt Barkley up from the practice squad.
Right. Yo, listen here. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Here we go.
So Rev, Bryce just said in the chat, we're at 52 right now. So what do we have for defense? Because we had 25.
Are we at 52 with Jake Shum?
I think so. That's 25 offense, 3 special teams, so 28. Did we keep 24 defensive players? You want to run through that real quick?
All right, hold on a second. Let me see.
That bubble's gonna get real tight here.
So we got 52. Is that right? All right. So let me see. Let me add. Hold on. Where are my numbers? All right. Write this down. Somebody put a calculator. All right. So we got 9 offensive linemen, 2 quarterbacks, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, 5 running. Wait a minute. Yeah, 5 running backs, 5 D ends, 4 D tackles, 5 linebackers, 4 safeties, 6 corners altogether, including outside and nickel. And then 3 special team. Kicker, long snapper, and punter.
Yeah, it's 52.
52. Who's the last one? So now let's go to the bubble. All right. All right. So our bubble players right now, we've got Matt Barkley, right, quarterback, Jake Kumaro, wide receiver, special teams, Luke Tenuta, offensive tackle, Brandon Bryant, D tackle, Balin Spector, right, Joe Giles Harris, Nick McLeod, and Cam Lewis. Man, that's tough, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players are fighting for one final roster spot. Hey, let's just load this up, okay? Bryce, you come on into the stream. We're gonna have all 5 of us on here, and then we're gonna try to tackle this monster. All right. So who is? Dang, this is tough, man. This is tough. Let's go around the horn. Let me start. Who wants to start? Who wants to kick it off? Who wants to kick it off? Dante.
I'll kick it off.
All right.
I'll kick it off.
My
vote's for Spector. I think just like the chats are saying, I think he doesn't make it off of waivers. I think he'll get scooped up off the practice squad if he does make it off waivers. And I just think he's shown too much. I think he's shown enough to make a roster spot.
Okay. So Dante, I'm putting you here. Dante's for Spector. All right. Bryce.
I got to go with Spector too, because if we cut him, he's not making it past waivers. He's going to the Giants or the Panthers, somebody. He's not going to make it back to the Bills practice squad. Now with 24 tackles in 3 games.
Okay.
And he was decent on special teams too this summer.
He was, man. He was. I guess
he was pretty good.
Okay. Let me see here. So we got 2 for Spector, and how many linebackers? We currently got 5 linebackers on the squad, though. Currently got 5. All right. Kevin, you're up.
I'm going to play devil's advocate to make it interesting and say Jake Kumaro, because when we went through it originally, I was thinking that Kumaro was wide receiver 6 and it would be Isaiah Hodgins here. So between Kumaro and Hodgins for this spot, yeah, I think I'm going to take the wide receiver here. And whether that be Kumaro or Hodgins, I'm going to go with the 7th wide receiver.
Got it. All right. Let me see here. 2 perspective, 1 for Kumaro. That.
What were the options again?
All right, so we've got. Let me pull it up.
So Barkley's definitely a
Barkley
guy.
Barkley.
Yeah.
Barkley. All right. Kumaro, Tenuta, Brandon Bryant, Spector, Joe Giles Harris, Nick McLeod, Cam Lewis.
I guess if I had to pick from those guys for the last spot, based on how we did the linebackers, I have to go with Spector because I think he offers a bit more as a depth linebacker than Tyler Matakevich would. And we all know that Matakevich is a special teams guy. So if you want...
Yeah, you don't want Matakevich on defense.
Exactly. You don't want him coming in late in the game, in a blowout or whatever. You want to see somebody else who could show
who knows the defense
potential going forward. Yeah. You want someone who can actually play defense. Again, no disrespect to Tyler Matakevich. He is a great special teamer. The Bills value him a lot, and he'll probably make the roster. I just think you want that extra depth at linebacker.
And I think long term, you can see Spector replacing Matakevich down the line as that special team guy, but more of a reserve role, and he can help more on defense.
Yeah. No, Ned. Hodgins is actually on the roster. We don't have Hodgins on the bubble. Hodgins is not on the bubble. Hodgins had made the roster. So
sorry, I probably made that confusing, but I was just looking from the Bills' perspective because I think they're going to have Kumaro as wide receiver 6. And if the Bills were going through this, like if we were Brandon Beane and all of his executives right now, I think Hodgins would be the one on the bubble. So that's why I was just saying it's either or. But that's why I went with both, because I just think that having that 7th wide receiver, they're just going to get scooped up. Like Hodgins would definitely not be on the practice squad. Kumaro, if he gets scooped up, so be it. But I don't think the Bills want to lose him for his special teams and his run blocking. So
right, which is why we had Hodgins on the roster initially. We just put him on there and then put Kumaro on the bubble. But now that we have that available roster spot now he has a potential to actually make it, but it's not looking like it.
I know. I think I'm outnumbered
because right now we've got it's 3-1 right now in favor of Baylon Spector, and so I like what you guys have been talking about as far as the linebacker depth, right? Because you want somebody who's not just a special teams only guy, and a guy who can actually contribute onto the defense if need be. Because man, but then do we have to project ahead? Because when we consider like guys like, because we got, I guess this is just the initial 53 because it's not including guys like Andre Smith who's going to return. Or anything like that, right? But he's not because when he returns, and then along with Ike Bakker, we got some more people we have to kick off.
Well, Butker can probably replace Van Roten.
Oh yeah,
okay,
definitely.
So we're just talking about just initially right now. So when the 53 comes out Tuesday, these are the guys that we have currently on the 53. Okay, man. So it's up to me. So I'm gonna think. Oh man. Spector's been looking really good. He has been looking really good. But McLeod with his cornerback safety flex. Let me see here, because White out, Elam, Jackson, Benford, those 3 outside. And then suppose, now let's just hypothetically speaking, right? Because let's just say, because we have Trey White making the 53, but we have him with the asterisk because he could either be on short-term IR, which means he won't play, which is going to leave Kyer Elam, Dane Jackson, Christian Benford outside. And if somebody were to get injured before Trey White got back, that's looking mighty thin right there with just those two there. Who would you bring? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to? Because if that's all you have, then you're looking at Johnson and Neal. You want to put Neal outside? You know what I'm saying? To provide that extra depth. I mean, I don't know, because I'm gonna throw a cornerback on there, man. And to me, it's gonna be between Cam Lewis and Nick McLeod.
I think you do Cloud because of his versatility.
That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards Nick McLeod.
Cam Lewis got beat a bunch of times last night.
I'm gonna go with Nick McLeod, man. I just got to do it. As much as I like Balen Spector, I don't know. And then do we want to get into the whole practice squad thing too? So do we want to project our 53 right now, and then who's going to be on the practice squad? Do we want to do that as well?
Well, we already have half of it, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go with Nick McLeod. Okay. I'm gonna put McLeod on there, even though I've got incredibly outnumbered here, man. We got Spector, man, is taking the field, man. He's just running with it.
I have a question for you guys.
Rightfully so too.
Yeah.
If Trey starts the season on the PUP list, how would this change your 53-man projection? So if there's 2 roster spots, would you go Spector and another corner, or Spector Kumaro, or how do you guys see that?
I would go Spector and
I'm leaning
another
Spector
corner. You need that corner depth, especially with your first 3 or 4 games.
It's yeah.
I think you would kind of have to go with that extra corner in that case.
I'm kind of like on the fence a little bit, but I'm leaning more towards that extra corner. As much as if we had the opportunity to bring Kumar on there, I think it would be good. But when you look at that extra cornerback depth, I think I'm leaning towards the extra cornerback. Zach?
Yeah, you definitely need the corner depth. That's why, you put Trey on the active roster, and then if you put him on the IR or PUP list, then you're going to have to replace him with another corner. Got to get that depth.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. So that's our 53, guys. Let me see here. And then, so practice squad now. Who's on the squad? Barkley?
Yeah.
Barkley, Tenuta.
Barkley, Kumaro, Tenuta. Brandon Bryant.
Yeah,
Brandon Bryant. All right.
Brandon Bryant too.
So are we? So let's just go with the majority here as far as who's going to make that final spot. So the majority wins. Spector's it. So Spector made it. All right. So we got Spector here. Let me add him to the list.
So Hodgins is wide receiver 6. Jake Kumaro is probably going to make the practice squad here.
Yes. So practice squad right now, we got Barkley, Kumaro, Tenuta, Brandon Bryant, Joe Giles Harris. All right, let me take Spector off there. Joe Giles Harris, Nick McLeod, Cam Lewis.
Tommy Sweeney?
Yes.
Practice squad.
Does he make the practice squad?
Well, we have 3 tight ends though. So are we going to carry Sweeney on the practice squad, or are we just going to outright cut him? Because we got Knox, Howard, and Morris.
I think you just outright cut him because you got Gilliam that can be your emergency tight end too.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that. Zach, what about you?
I was gonna say I think they cut him and try to bring him back on the practice squad, assuming that Brian Dable doesn't try to get him. But because they what he brings, I think McDermott has referred to him as a glue player. So I think he would want to keep him around the team, even if he isn't necessarily on the 53-man roster.
Who's that now?
Tommy Sweeney.
Tommy Sweeney. Yeah. Okay.
So how many are we at practice squad wise?
So are we putting Sweeney on the practice squad? Or are we outright cutting? Outright cutting?
I would just cut him.
Okay. Okay. Who was hands up for cutting Sweeney? Bryce is alone. I'm with Bryce, man. I'm like, so all right. So everybody else is wants to stash him on the practice squad. Okay, so we got 3-2. All right, so let's go with putting him on the practice squad, even though I don't think that's going to happen. But let's just see hypothetically. All right, so we got Sweeney on the squad. Where are we at? Yeah, man, it's a lot. Where am I at here?
But again, don't forget the Bills are trying to be heavy with the run game, and they're trying to establish that that physical offensive line presence. And Sweeney's another big run blocking body that if someone goes down with an injury, you just sub Sweeney in.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I'm not too. I'm kind of meh about it. I'm trying to look through it here. Oh, there it is. So let me throw Sweeney on there. Okay. So, all right. So we've got it. Barkley, Kumaro, Tenuta, Brandon Bryant, and then Tommy Sweeney.
Does Tanner Gentry make the practice squad?
Yes.
No. Yes?
No?
You think he's still on the squad?
He's like a classic perennial practice squad guy. He's Josh's friend from college. I think
So he's just on the squad just to be a friend.
and a wide receiver.
Man. Okay.
I think you can find other wide receivers for your practice squad after the 53-man cut down.
So who?
Someone better than him.
Wait, Rev, what's the number right now? Did you list 6 or 7 guys?
No. I mean, I got the 53.
No, for the practice squad. How many we got on that out of the 16?
It's 16. All right. So let me see here. I've got Barkley, Kumaro, Tenuta, Brandon Bryant. That's 4. Tommy Sweeney's 5. Joe Giles Harris 6. McLeod 7. Cam Lewis 8.
We're halfway there.
We're halfway there.
I would add Mike Love to that list.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Eli Anku. I don't know if he made our
Yes,
roster,
okay.
but
Yeah.
So 10 right there.
Huh?
Did we name him?
Blackshear.
Blackshear's on there. Blackshear's on there. Yeah. We'll go ahead and put Blackshear on there. All right. That's 11.
Do
Who
you
else?
think do you think they keep Duke Johnson and Blackshear on the practice squad if given the opportunity?
I think you just keep one of them.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I'm with you, Bryce. I think they just go ahead and let go of Duke Johnson and let him catch on with somebody else.
That's what I was saying.
Because he hasn't really shown a lot on offense this summer.
Yeah,
Preseason
I mean,
games, training camp, he hasn't been great.
Yeah, I mean he's been decent. I mean he's been who he is, right? But I think you just kind of give him the respect as a good vet, and you just like, you know what, here, you know, it's just not going to work out. Appreciate everything you've done for us. We're going to give you an opportunity to kind of catch on with another team rather than trying to stash you on the practice squad. So Blackshear. All right. So what are we at? 11, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to put Tanner Gentry on there?
Yeah.
You guys want Tanner Gentry on there? Okay, I'll put Gentry.
If we must.
If we must. All right. So that's
Marquez Stevenson.
Who knows?
Stevenson would be on IR.
Well, Stevenson's on IR,
Yeah.
which would make room for someone else to be promoted back to the 53.
I
Josh
think
Thomas.
also Luke Tenuta. Yeah, Josh Thomas, Luke Tenuta, and Alec Anderson.
I would say
Yeah.
we should probably find another offensive lineman because we know how much they like that depth. So I would probably say Alec Anderson.
Yeah, Alec Anderson. I hate to say this, but Bobby Shart.
Right. Hold on. So we putting Tenuta, Anderson, and Hart on there. Is that right?
I'm just trying to think what
Maybe
McDermott
just
would
2.
do.
Maybe just
Because I
two
think we were at
offensive linemen
11 with
since-
12, 13, 14. Count it. 1, 2. Hold on. If I have all 3 of those guys on there, Hart, Anderson, Tenuta, that's 3, and then Josh Thomas 4, Gentry 5, Blackshear 6, Eli Anku 7, Mike Love 8, and then we got Cam Lewis 9, Nick McLeod 10, Joe Giles Harris 11, Sweeney 12, Brandon Bryant 13, Tenuta 14, Kumaro and Barkley top it off.
16.
That's it.
That's a pretty good list.
That good. You guys like it? Man, that was tough. Man.
Yeah.
Just imagine how Bean's going to feel at 4 p.m.
Golly. Wow.
Bye, Zach.
Gentlemen, we did it, man.
Didn't even
We
say
did it.
bye to us.
No, so who is it? So the cuts we've got. Let me see here. Does Zach pop up? What happened, man? Zach?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't even say bye to us.
I have no idea what happened. The Wi-Fi is telling me to get off.
Oh man. Okay. That's a pretty good list there, guys. I like it, man. It's tough to crack this 53, man. It's going to be extremely tough. You guys have given me hope as far as with the punter situation. I want Jake Schuma on this squad, man. Actually, I liked him when he was, when I seen him, and he's been trying to get on there for a while now. And I was like, dude, he's just freaking right up the street, isn't he? Isn't he in Buffalo? Like, dude, what y'all doing?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
What y'all doing?
I'm gonna tweet that right now. I'm gonna get the fan page going here.
Do it, man. Do it. Jake Schum, man. In case you guys haven't seen it, I wish I can grab a clip. Let me see here, because I just looked him up.
He was last in the XFL.
Was he?
His Twitter, if you're out there,
2020.
Yeah,
his
put him up.
Twitter is at Jake Schum, and Schum is
SCHU. SCHUM. SCHUM. You guys need to go look him up, man. He's
2 hours ago, a video getting in the
it.
reps. Yes, I still live in Buffalo, and yes, I know I'm wearing a Green Bay shirt. Oh well.
Yeah, man, I like him, dude. Let me see here. I'm trying to see if I can share the screen. You guys are not going to hear it, but I just want you to see his punts. He says this was posted August the 25th. He says still ready. All right, I'm gonna share it. This guy's jacked, man. Let me see here. Is it gonna show the ball? Is it gonna show it? Oh, I just showed him kicking it, but it didn't actually show where the ball went. Let me see here. You guys need to see this guy. He's freaking nasty. Here it is. Here it is. In case you haven't seen Jake Schum, here he is right here. Did I make that big? There it is. Let's go back. I know the Thigh Dog will like him. Look at the legs on that guy, man. Look at that, dude. Oh man. Boom. Look at that. You see that? Look at that, man. Look at the calves on that man.
Damn.
That's crazy. The guy's jacked. Look at that, man. Look at this. Thigh Dog, if you're watching, man, I think he may I don't know, baby. We may have to get the measuring tape out. we may have to get the measuring tape out, bust out the thighs, you know what I'm saying? And let's measure the girth of these guys' legs, man, because this guy is pretty big. I like Jake Schum, man. I like him. I wish he had some, and I don't want to go too long on here and try to like locate it, but it was kind of last minute. But I know this dude has some actual stuff where he shows you just the distance and where he looks pretty good, man. So anyway, yeah, he's got, look at that. He's got that number 10 back there. Get him on the squad. Get this guy on the squad. Look at Buffalo Bills sign the hometown kid. Here it is. Do you want to see it? Let's look at it. Might as well. We're already on it. There he is. Let's see where this one goes. Jake Schum, ladies and gentlemen, our new punter. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
There we go.
Get that man on the squad.
2022 punter.
That's our new punter. That's our new punter, ladies and gentlemen. That is our new punter.
I like it.
Yeah, man. There we go. Fellas, that's it, baby. 2 hours in the books, man.
We did it.
But we did it, guys. So I'm trying to see here. I done screwed up my screen here. There it is. I had myself on full screen. I'm like trying to figure out how I can get rid of it. How do you guys feel about the? How do you feel about the 53? You guys feel comfortable with it? Do you think there's going to be any surprises that we haven't discussed that could happen?
I don't know if there's going to be any surprises that we haven't discussed, but something along the lines of those special teams guys, the OJ Howard, the Jake Kumaro, Isaiah Hodgins, Blackshear. I think those are all definitely going to be worth noting come Tuesday, because I feel like every year there's a couple guys, especially this year, because there's going to be a lot of cuts where, you know.
I'm sorry, Kev. This is just the name really got me. Since we're talking about measuring these guys' thighs, and here we go. Inches count comes in with the great show, guys. All right, man. Yeah, you got that right. Appreciate you, baby. Go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
That's all right. But once you get inside 60, it's going to be really tough. And there are going to be at least 5 or 6 guys where we're going to look at that at 401 and say, oh, man, I really wish he could have been part of this squad. Oh, man, they couldn't have kept him. They couldn't have maneuvered their way around. So, again, I think we covered everything front, back, side to side in terms of surprises. But something that we discussed could definitely happen on Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Could OJ Howard be cut? Could that guy not
I
make
think
the squad?
that's interesting too, because for most of the preseason, Quinn Morris and Tommy Sweeney got starting reps over him to start the game, and Howard was getting a lot of reps late in the fourth quarter, especially yesterday.
Yeah. I think it's possible, man. I think it's possible for that he gets cut. I think it's possible that we see Blackshear actually making the roster, and maybe, I mean, could Zach
Depends on what they do
Moss
with Taiwan.
it really does. It really does depend. Dante, man, you got anybody that you think could be a surprise that we may have missed, or just throw something out there that you may think will happen or could happen?
For me, honestly, Howard, whatever happens with him, I could surprise maybe him getting traded. Maybe we get a draft pick for him. If they can find a trade partner, maybe in one of the games today, there's an injury. Something along those lines.
There's something, man. There's got to be something. I don't think it can't be this. You know, right? There has to be some kind of something going on, right? Just to kind of mix some things up. But we'll see. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We've got until Tuesday. Was it at 4 p.m.? Is it 4 p.m.?
4. Yeah, 4 p.m.
Tuesday at 4 to find out. So it's going to be a very interesting weekend and an interesting start to the week. I'm curious to see when they're going to actually start cutting. I don't know if this is going to be all on just chop them all at one time on Tuesday, or if they're going to gradually do it throughout the weekend and up to Tuesday. We will see. Any of you guys, man, have anything coming out? Dante, what about you, man? Do you have anything that we could be looking forward to here in the future?
Not quite yet, but once the regular season starts up, you'll be seeing more from me, writing more about what the coaches and players are saying throughout the week in their weekly press conferences.
There we go, baby. Bryce, what about you, baby?
I do not have anything planned yet. I'll probably have something figured out tomorrow, Monday. But definitely check out Buffalo Fanatics Twitter this week, where you can find me breaking down all the cuts that happens until Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Kevin.
Oddly enough, this is a week where I was ranking the punters and the kickers. So I don't even know. I don't even think that I was going to have Arise on there because it's just too soon. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Now he's not. But that's definitely going to be interesting. So it'll be my last week of rankings this week for the summer. And I believe Brandon Beane, or is it Beane or McDermott? They're going to be talking coming up here, right? Because the Bills have practice and there's a press conference coming up.
I think McDermott's speaking at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Just changed to 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was what changed to 4.
Practice is at 4:30.
Practice at 4:30. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to scroll through Twitter to see if we had any breaking news before we headed out there. Nothing as of yet that I'm able to locate so far. So we'll see what happens, man. I definitely think that this is going to be something that everybody's eyes are going to be glued to and finding out what's happening with these Bills in this final 53. I am so ready to kind of turn the page on the offseason and try to focus solely on the Rams game, because that is 2 weeks away, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys get hyped, get ready for that. There's going to be a whole lot of content that we're putting out throughout the rest of the weekend, all the way up until the roster cuts, the final roster cuts, and the final roster prediction and all that kind of stuff. We're going to keep it locked right here. And just keep it locked right here on the Buffalo Fanatics Network. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our social media platforms. Go to supportbf.com, where you can find us. Download the BF Network app and just follow us and like this and subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be a whole lot going on in the near future. I'm excited about this regular season, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pumped, man. I'm fired up about this Rams game, man. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be very interesting. I think the Bills are going to come out on fire. Me personally, I think these guys are going to come out on fire. They're going to let this stuff kind of, this distraction, if you will, quote unquote, just kind of pass over them. And these guys, man, they know how to compartmentalize this stuff, right? So when the live bullets start flowing and it's time to start focusing on the Rams, I don't think they're going to let any of this other stuff distract them. They're going to be focused solely upon the Los Angeles Rams and putting their stamp early on the National Football League 2022 NFL season. So, guys, with that being said, that is our show. Thank you so very much for all of you who have been tuning in so far, watching the
other installment of the Buffalo Fanatics Riders Club. Joined by my man Kevin Syracuse, Dante Lasting here up top, Bryce Martino, Zach Vaughn, and myself. Salute to you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy one another. And keep it locked right here on the Buffalo Fanatics Network for everything related to the Buffalo Bills. Until next time, baby. As always, and you guys know it.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.